Hello folks, Fred Marple here, bringing you my semi-irregular program, Fridays with Fred. All the news from the town of Frost Heaves, New Hampshire. It's pretty warm here. It feels like summer, my goodness. Everything is blooming, it's just beautiful out there. The lilacs, the apples trees, the flowers and the flowering shrubs, oh my goodness, and the smells just wafting in the air as you walk down Main Street. Oh, it is just gorgeous, folks. You know, it's enough to make you forget the long winter and the black flies and politics, almost. Black flies are out also in bloom. They're pretty thick. You may have seen my little ode to black flies, with many apologies to Irving Berlin. If you haven't, you go to my Facebook page and you can check that out. The other thing that's blooming, of course, is dandelions, which is fine. You know, a few dandelions never hurt nobody, and they're good for the bees like it and the butterflies. So don't pick all the dandelions, folks. And the other thing that is popping up, of course, is yard sale signs. It's the season for people to start doing yard sales. Summer people are just starting to just make themselves known, you know, so people put out their junk to try to get rid of it. And we have had an issue in the past. We have the town-wide yard sale coming up. In fact, I'll read you a little section from my book, Welcome to Frost Heaves, about the town-wide yard sale. The town-wide yard sale is next weekend and everyone is invited to participate. This year we are making up official signs because of the problem we had last year. It seems that some folks from away couldn't tell which houses were participating in the yard sale and which just had their regular junk out front. A lady from Massachusetts offered Millie Tuttle $50 for the old rocking chair on her porch, and Millie would have taken it, except that her husband Millard was asleep in the chair at the time, and he woke up as they were carrying the chair to the lady's car. So now we have signs to say which houses are participating. Let's see, what else? Just a couple of commercial notes before we do the police log, the important part of this show. Coming up, I will be doing my guide to New England this summer. Quite a few places. It's going to be a busy summer for me. June 10th, I'll be at the Theater in the Wood up in Intervale, New Hampshire. And then July 8th, I'll be at the Historical Society of Cheshire County in Keene, New Hampshire, at the beautiful Ball Mansion right there on Main Street. And then August 12th, I'll be at the Town Hall in Winchester, New Hampshire. So check that out. If you want to get those dates and more details, go to my website, fredmarple.com. I got a calendar there with all my events on it. This episode of Fridays with Fred is brought to you by Harmon House Publishers, publishers of books by my friend Ken Sheldon, including a couple of thrillers you might want to check out if you're putting together your summer reading list, folks. One is called The Family. It's kind of an internet thriller thing. And the other one is called Probability of Detection. Good book for those of you who like thrillers and love dogs, because it's about search and rescue dogs, feature prominently in it. So you can go to Ken's website, kensheldon.com, to check out those books for your summer reading pleasure. All right, now let's get to the important part of this show, the police log. And we got some good items this week, folks. Let's see. First one here, animal complaint. At 10 p.m., police received a complaint of 2 black bears on a back porch in the area of Greenfield Road. State police were advised of the situation. Yeah, and I bet I know what they did too. You want to go check that out? No, you want to go check that out? Let's see. Harassment. At 10:22 a.m., a resident reported harassing texts from his ex-girlfriend, including over 20 in a day. The woman could not be reached. She's got a phone. Send her a text message. Clearly, she gets those. Let's see. Suspicious activity at 1:15 p.m. Police checked the Route 119 in reference to a hose emptying fluids from a property. Police found the hose to be connected to a property owner's sump pump. Illegal disposal of water from your cellar. What do they think of next? Here's another animal complaint. At 8:58 a.m., a Depot Road resident called about siding having been torn from the house. The call was initially listed as criminal mischief, but investigation found the damage had been caused by a bear. Well, it's still criminal mischief, folks. He don't get off just because he or she is a bear. My goodness. I wonder if it was related to the earlier bears. Anyway, let's see. Criminal. Here's another criminal mischief at 10:20 a.m. A Nutting Road reported. Nutting Road something, doesn't say what. Nutting Road. I don't think the road reported. Somebody on the road reported that vehicles in her driveway had been egged sometime overnight. There was no significant damage, but there was trouble getting the egg off the car. Police received a second complaint at 12:10 p.m. From the same lady, from somebody else on the street. I don't know. Kids, having fun. Let's see. Here's another one. Accident. At 1 p.m., a vehicle collided with a house on High Bridge Road. The driver was transported to Monadnock Community Hospital with minor injuries. Folks, a house always has the right of way. You know what I'm saying? You just let them go first or get out of the way, whatever. And finally, this one. Domestic disturbance. At 6:30 p.m., police separated people at a verbal altercation on Lord Brook Road. Alcohol was involved. Well, of course it was. What a surprise. It usually is. Well, that's the news from Frost Heaves, New Hampshire. Actual items from the local police log, folks. Hey, I hope you're having a good spring here. Almost feels like summer. Get out there and enjoy it, folks. Why don't you? You could go swimming at the town pond, but because it's warm enough today, but it might be a little cold. It takes a while for that water to warm up. Anyway, my name is Fred Marple, and I thank you for your attention.